And hi folks, welcome to an updated live with Landaux. And oh my god, my face is broken out again. Psoriasis. And today, as sluggish as I am, I'm all hyped up. Why? Because I found my old storyboards of Whoa, I can't do that. Of CRIUS. With the fan blowing because it's so freaking hot in here, it's going to be kind of hard to show these. Anyway, there's Dandy. Let's get started. It's an intro. If y'all have seen some of my Facebook videos of, if I could just find them, it's all a matter of finding them, and on my old hard drive, of his old dad who always wore a plaid shirt and small pants, calls him CRIUS. Well, you see, I drew these in a guard shack because it was fun. Because back then, of course, we didn't have all these phone cameras, and plus a goddamn thing was really expensive. A camcorder, it was $800. I didn't have that kind of loot then. So this going back to updated 2002 story that I did in 1997. If you can't video it, you draw it out. I'm not the best artist in the world. A 5-year-old can draw better than me, but I just slapped this together because, well, it's like a rough draft. For I lose all the ideas. So here I am with Mr. Hands. You know, Mr. Tire, what do you think about your son Chris? He calls him CRIUS. A grouchy grandpa. Is quite the opposite. So, Mr. Tire, why don't you tell us about, tell the viewers and members, well, Slacker Central message board, that I updated it for that. And so I snapped it with my camera at that time. Because, well, CRIUS did not like me to go to his house, and record. He would get all pissed off. I could have made a fortune, man, and put Angry Grandpa in rival competition. Although his dad did not throw things around. He just found and preached to Chris a lot. Because Chris says, oh, I'm the one that got him into that religion and everything. His dad, or his foster dad, it's a long story. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to just go through this as I go. You know. So Mr. Tire tells, well, there's always nothing to talk about that's good about him. Who is he? What's he do? He's always getting into trouble. And you see, how about those old GIFs that used to form? You know, that's where I got this idea from. Because I didn't know, this is when the internet was still new to me, and I didn't know how to, create things. He's always getting in trouble, spending all his money on crud. I would call his dad up, and this is true. This is true. So if you can't, see it visually, because, back then I was on the phone, regular landline phone, talking to him. And you see an image of CRIUS with this goofy smile forming in the background. And I drew so many of these, man, because the idea was just funny at the time. I even got better ones than this. I don't know where they're at. One I even drew in another guard shack, and a worker kept it. I wish I had that one. That was my best one. Hey, how you doing, Vintage Toilets? Guess what, man? I moved all my toilets into the small shed. And I'll be doing a video of that pretty quick. Probably one of those days when we get rain cool, because it's too damn hot to show anything. Well, anyway, this is true. It's like always okay. And then we move into the next frame, and the image is starting. Who is he talking about? Always, he's always smoking, drinking all night. I'm sorry, my penmanship just sucks. Then sleeps all day. What is his life? Wastes his life on partying. And finally, this big image is behind him, because again, I wish we had these cameras, guys. Man, trust me, I could have made a fortune on this. I mean, a lot of views on that. I mean, a jillion views on this. There's nothing good about him. He's Satan's angel. And I add a goof in there because he's like a... CRIUS is like a leopard walking in the jungle, and his dad and his mom are the monkeys up in the trees barking at him. And he goes, "Oh, Dad, quit bitching." He's like a larger version of Butthead. Always has a goofy smile on his face. Because he goes out and smokes a lot. But where CRIUS is, I don't know, guys. It's been years since I've talked to him. His dad, unfortunately, so many years ago, 6 years ago, passed. Bless his heart. He was like 88. Had a lot of health problems prior to that. Bless his heart. But he was easy to get along with. They were easy to get along with, his parents. But when I brought up CRIUS, CRIUS, he goes out and wines and dines, spends all of his money on crud. Okay, this is true. This is what CRIUS told me. And this is also what Ronnie told me. So if I didn't have a camera there, then I did the next best thing. I just drew it out and visualized it. So he told me the first time the worst bitching out he got from his old parents is the first time he came home drunk. He goes, I drank too much. And Chris was a religious fanatic. And all of a sudden, when he got to that age, 18, late teens, he changed. He used to dress up really nice and casual and go to school. I went to college and everything. He was a computer techie and everything like that. I think I drank too much. This is at nighttime, 4 a.m., coming home. And then he slams the door behind him in his bedroom. He had all kinds of awards in there. He always wore a t-shirt with a pocket on it. And he goes, "Oh, it's empty. I think I'll crash out." And he crashed out. And Ronnie, this is from what Ronnie told me, the door flies open. His dad, "I cast you out, you damn demon." This was true. Way Ronnie described it, because Ronnie was there. But although I didn't put him in this. And he threw holy water on him. I'm not kidding, guys. He really did this. He goes, "Oh, Dad, will you go back to sleep?" And when I brought it to Chris, he goes, "Oh, I'm the one that got them into religion." Well. So, and then 2 minutes later, or a minute later, then him and his mom come in there. He goes, "They kept coming to my room every 10 minutes and bitching me out all night long. You waste your damn life partying, goof. It leads to the needle, and then to the gutter, and then to hell." And then his mom, "How do you get up? How do you go to work getting drunk all night long? How can you afford booze?" "Yeah, right, whatever." The door slams. And he goes, lights go back out. If you notice, I added a little detailed clip. The lights come on. And he goes back to sleep. Passed out with a goofy smile on his face. And 5 minutes later, they come back. And they did this a lot. Because one time, CRIUS pissed them off so much. When I went over there to his house, CRIUS was inside getting ready to go on. His parents drove off, and then they came back in the car 5 minutes later. "CRIUS is not going to come out and go out. He's going to stay home." And sure enough, 5 minutes turned to 20, then 30, and 15 minutes later, they drove back and said, "Alan, you're wasting your time here. Come on, we'll take you home." Because I walked up there from my house because I didn't have a car then. Okay, yeah, you've been in the damn gutter, blah 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 blah. You'll be in the damn gutter. And then in hell. How are you going to get up? It's late. Because he had to work the next day or some shit like that, he told me. "Well, if you would leave me alone, I'll go back to sleep." And another slam. And then you see the sun rising up. "Don't bring it in." Wait, what's this? What? Oh, that's another storyboard that's behind us, duh. And they'll probably come in one more time after this to give them their... And I always, in closing, till next time, like I do today, or till next clip. Oh, God. This was the first time I went over to his house. I put a copyright on there just to be realistic. You know, this back in 1998. I drew this again out when I worked for Whalen Security back in the day in the guard shack. These are. Let's go in. How are you going to get it in? We're trying to sneak a 12-pack in there. It was me. Actually, it was me, Ronnie, and CRIUS, and two other people, Kelly. And I didn't include them in there because I didn't feel like drawing all this. So here's another. This is the first time I went in his house, and Ronnie told me how psychotic his daddy was, or his foster dad, or whatever, his grouchy grandpa. Ronnie had his birthmark. I wore an Iron Maiden shirt a lot, CRIUS, and we put the 12-pack of Busch beer in the window ledge. Okay, now let's go in. And we just snuck it in. Okay, bring it in. Good, I'm thirsty. Me too. Sorry. And then a few minutes later, about 30 seconds, his daddy through the long hall to his bedroom, and I got it on Facebook somewhere, where I went to the house and started recording back in 2005. Before it was like a goodbye before I moved here. 30 seconds. He goes, why you gotta come? What are you doing? Drink beer and smoke marijuana here? Why here? I'll be quiet, Dad. Why here? In a quiet voice, and we said, don't bring it in. I'll be right back, guys. Oh shit! I don't know where part 2 is. Well, anyway, his dad, and then his mom, and then he went back and he tried to get it, and then out of nowhere, I thought his mom freaked out for no reason because we were all in his room. All of a sudden, CRIUS, get out! And then all of them started yelling in the hallway. CRIUS, you're 19 years old. And Ronnie's face lit up because I couldn't understand, and Ronnie did. She said she went out and found that 12-pack. I'm calling the cops. And we split out of there. me and Ronnie and Chris Thomas just split out of there. This is a long time ago, guys. This is back 1990, early 1991, I believe. Yeah. So here's another one, man, that Ronnie told me about, and so I drew it out. I'm supposed to do write a book report on this. Let me see your damn book for your report. Oh, it's nothing special. Dun, dun, dun. The Devil's Pit. He brought a book home on Satanism, and I didn't know what it was, so I did the next best thing, The Devil's Pit by Stephen King. Just look on. It's a book on Satanism. What is this? Hey, what the? I got to repel your evilness. You're sinned. Stay right there. Well, there was a two-parter of this. I thought I wrote it back on the other side. He goes, let us begin. And I'm not kidding, guys. From what Ronnie told me, he sat him down in a chair and preached the Bible to him. Chris was at the time like 16, like when we first met him, a long time ago, back in 87, 88. And let's begin. And he sat down and preached the Bible to him for 2 to 3 hours. I am not joking. All through the night until he went to his room, and he stayed outside of his room and doing that. Well, anyway, that was just a briefing of what I got. I got these comics scattered. I found them in that box as I was moving over here. So, oh yeah, and I would call him up. Hello, who's calling? It's Chris there. Well, and I want Chris. This is back. Every time I'd call him out, Chris is out smoking. And then up in his mind, he's out with the beer can. And I see a picture of him every time I call him up on my mantle with the beer in his hand. I don't know where he's at. He's out smoking, boozing, smoking mattress stuffings. He's out smoking. And would hang the phone up on me. Well, anyway, that's just a briefing. Oh my God, that took already 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this off, guys. Thanks for the like out there. I want to just go ahead and link it to a few people that are interested. And I need to put my psoriasis meds on. Need to shave. I love you guys. Peace, love. Until next clip.